Joining us right now up here in our broadcast booth as we're live from Arizona Cardinals training camp, the head coach of the Arizona Cardinals, Jonathan Gannon, joining us here on the Burns Gambo Show. Coach, I'm Dave.
Yep.
This is Gambo. Welcome to the show. We
Gambo,
appreciate you stopping
Thank
up
you
to
for
see
having
us.
me. Yeah, thank you for having me.
And I'll start it off because, you do a little research on, when we're getting ready for an interview like this. Rocco and Angelo, his kids' names?
Yeah, Rocco, Lola, Angelo, yeah.
I love it. As an Italian.
Yeah, wife's 100%.
Are you Italian?
No.
No? The wife?
No. Wife is 100%.
100% Italian.
Yeah.
Love that.
We
Just
actually
got back from Italy a couple weeks ago.
That's right. We got married in Cleveland at a church called St. Rocco's.
St. Rocco's.
Yeah, which was actually my in-laws' parish that they grew up in. So it's still doing well. But, so we had all three of them baptized there. We got married there. So that's the reason for that.
I got married at the Villa Carlotta in Lake Como, Italy.
Oh, wow. That's where I went for my honeymoon.
You went for your honeymoon in Lake Como?
Oh, no. Here we go. Yep, all right.
Lake Como in Rome.
I'm just going to stand
back.
back.
We're going to get along really well.
That's right.
So I have a lot of family that live there. Most of my family lives in Italy, most of them. So we go just about every year to see them.
Yeah.
So, and I have two cousins that live in Milan, but we always just take the 40-minute trip up and stay in Lake Como.
That's right.
And this year we went to the other side. We went to the Switzerland side and stayed in Lake Lugano. So do you love Lake Como?
I do.
It's one of the most beautiful places in the world.
I love Rome. Rome's probably my favorite city in the world.
Yeah, my wife loves Rome. She likes getting lost. Let's just go out at night and walk and get lost and not know where we are.
That's a different dialect, as you guys know, but that's why I say I'm not Italian, but I think I kind of I might be a little Roman.
You might be.
I might be a little
Because
Roman.
you love Rome.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
Oh, because you love it, or not somewhere in your background, not in your
No, it's not my
DNA,
background, but
okay.
I think I'm like kind of submerged as a Roman now.
Oh, okay.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. We'll get into the football stuff, but we'll touch on it because he brought up music. We were listening to country music. You've got control? You got control of what gets played?
I do, yeah. I take requests, but then the coaches give some requests, and I give some requests, but they do a great job with it, those guys.
All right, so maybe we might
Jay
have
Rosano kind of really runs the show on that.
Yeah.
So they wear them out with what they want to hear, but we switch up genres pretty often.
All right. We're here Wednesday. Maybe we'll make a request for a song.
I don't think we have any pull in this, Gambo.
If you send a request, I'll
Really?
I'll,
Okay.
Yeah.
Mark Dalton's here. We'll let him know maybe a couple of songs we –
I don't know.
He
gave him a thumbs down, everybody. He gave him a thumbs down. Tell Mark, thumbs up.
Okay, now I was fascinated by this. Speaking of music, I think there is actually – I'm going to mine this for a legit question. You will play classical music,
correct,
as part of practice, and you were telling me during the break, tell our audience why you'll play classical music.
Yeah, so the players will hear Mozart, and they'll be like, why are we listening to this? And I said, ask the quarterbacks. And it's something to do, a coaching point with their footwork, actually. And we say Mozart, not Metallica. And so that's always for the quarterbacks that normally if I know they got some hot spots in a period, I'll play that for them. So it's good to change it up. Players love it, keeps them engaged, whatever. And I want the noise, so it's hard to communicate like a game.
Sure.
You know, I don't love pumping crowd noise in. Gets a little annoying for me, so I'd rather hear music. So that's what we kind of do.
Yeah, I like it. You have been preparing for this moment for your entire professional life, I would assume, right? Now that you're here, has there been anything about it that you were totally expecting, that surprised you, that you're still adapting to? I know you haven't coached a game yet, but now that you're here and doing it, where is this relative to what you thought it was going to be?
Yeah, I think it's been exciting, and I'm very grateful, obviously, for the opportunity. But I've been around some really good head coaches, in my opinion, that have been very successful, and were head coaches for a pretty long time. And not that success is measured on that, but they were on winning teams. I've been on some winning teams. And I felt like I had a good blueprint coming in. But what's been really cool for me and what I'm excited about is the staff that we hired, along with Monty's entire side. We use all those guys' brains. So I ask opinions. Hey, how have you done it? What did you like about that? What did you not like about that? And then we talk to the players. Hey, tell me about this part of camp. Like, where did you think we could do a little bit better? What did you like? Different places you've been. So really, it was a collective effort, I would say, and it's been fun to kind of gather that all in. And obviously, I have final say, which is cool. But
it is, isn't it?
But yeah, things that used to bug me. It's like if I ever get the chance to run a show, I'm not going to do that. You know what I mean? Here's why. Yeah. And then you tell the players, and then the players are like, oh, that makes sense. You know what I mean? And not to say that when we develop the schedule, it adapts and it goes as you go, and you can't be afraid to adapt even though you're convicted about certain things. Like you got to, hey, I didn't really didn't get what we wanted out of this, so let's change it a little bit. Cut it 5 minutes, add 5 minutes here, you know what I mean? That's increase the travel time, whatever it is. So it's been really cool, and I think the players appreciate the time we put in and understanding the why behind everything that we're doing.
You had the interview with Denver last year?
Yeah, Houston, Denver, Minnesota.
How much did those interviews help prepare you for this interview this year?
Yeah, I think they're all different, honestly. That's a good question. I mean, like it makes you, when you kind of sit back, and I did that kind of in the summertime, it's like, okay, here are some questions that I didn't love my answer, and
Right.
what I meant by that is I haven't thought about that enough, you know what I mean? And so then I would try to learn. And then you ask some people, hey, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? But they're all different. The interview process, was quick after we played last, but I thought it was awesome. And you could just tell that, the alignment of Monty, myself, Michael, with what we want to try to get done was a pretty good fit. So I'm super grateful, obviously, and it's been awesome.
Let's talk about that, what you want to get done. In detail, what do you want to get done?
Yeah, I want to compete and win games.
How long is it going to take for you to compete and win games?
Yeah, the NFL is not for long. You better win games when you go out there. So I think, but more so than that, there's a process to how that has to get done. And we're not going to be results driven. We're process oriented. So it's where I'm constantly talking about with our guys, hey, let's make sure we're displaying winning behavior on a daily, how we go about our business. And we point out the good and the bad, coaches included. So I'm more worried about those guys, not worried, but I'm more concerned with how are we operating on a daily basis to make sure we get a little bit better each day. And I actually just told them I thought we had a really good day today. But, we're a long way away from playing a game. We got a long way to go. But I think the players have done a really good job of operating how we kind of want them to operate.
When will Jonathan Gannon, our guest here on the Burns Gambo Show, coach of the Cardinals, at what point, and maybe you've already reached this point, will you decide reps, playing time, snaps for Friday?
Yeah.
Have you made any conclusions about quarterbacks and what
Yeah.
we're going to see on Friday?
Right now, I think we're in the process of having those conversations right now with everybody on staff. Then we'll take it to the players, and then we'll present it, and here's why, and this is what we're going to do. So you'll see a lot of our guys go. Everybody, though, is all 90 guys. There's an individual plan of not only Friday, but the following week versus Kansas City. Then we travel to Minnesota, have a couple practices versus Minnesota, play Minnesota. So we got a long time to it's not like just, hey, here's one preseason game. It's the entire bulk of those games and things like that. And remember, like the goal of training camp for me is evaluate, develop, and keep them healthy. So that plays into a role of who plays and who doesn't as well. So I'm excited about where we're at, but we're still having those conversations, and when they try it out on Friday, they'll be ready to go.
We had Drew Petzing on last week. Really impressed. Really blew us away with just how smart he was. Great guy. But we did talk about the quarterback position. He's a terrific hire. Really, really impressed by him. We talked about Clayton Tune. We talked about Colt McCoy and whether it's a real competition. For you, what would a rookie have to do to beat out a veteran to start in week one for you?
Our guys know. I mean, the NFL it's a production-based business. So, you got to, when you get on the field and you have your opportunities, you got to produce at a high level. And then what we're looking for in the quarterback position is take care of the ball, score points, and have command. And I think all four of those guys have done a really good job. I'm excited to see them play.
Yeah, but like sometimes in school, you get a certain amount of points just for writing your name down. Mm-hmm. Does Colt get a certain amount of points just for being the veteran in the room?
Yeah, I think he's played a lot of football, so he's got a kind of an advantage of he's seen a lot of things. We know he can operate and all those things, but he's just like everybody else. They're out here competing for their reps, and then when they go on the field, it's a production business.
72 sacks last year. You had a team that had 72 sacks. This team doesn't. You had 4 guys with 10 sacks. Mm-hmm. This team, where everybody's wondering where the pass rush is going to come from. You're a defensive guy. Mm-hmm. Where's the pass rush going to come from?
Yeah, it's up to us to figure it out. I think each team is different because you have different players. So, and I'm always, you heard me say, I'm sure, I want to be an adaptable team. What that really is really the coaching part of it. First is, hey, it's not scheme related. It's not what I want to do. It's what are the players comfortable with and what can they execute. And from there, then, how they fit into all 11 is what does this guy do best? Let's try to put him in that role as much as we can so he can be successful because of production, right? So they've done a really good job. I'm excited to see those guys play, but I like where we're trending right now.
Jonathan Gannon, our guest here on the Burns Gambo Show. Let's talk a little bit about the learning curve of the rookies and how they've looked to you so far. And I know BJ just got activated off the PUP list, so he's relatively new to all of this, at least in terms of what you're doing here. Paris and some of the other guys, how have they adapted to life in the NFL so far?
I mean, that's what Monty did, and his staff did such a great job because their football character of the rookie class is really, really high. And I always said, you can have a talented player, but if the football character is not right, meaning he's not truly trying to maximize himself on a daily basis, he won't hit his ceiling. And our job as coaches is really to get everybody on our roster, whatever their ceiling is, make them hit it, and the really good coaches, they go a little above their ceiling. So I think that the rookie class in general has done a really good job of what we've asked them to do, how we've asked them to operate, and then the production also comes into that. But they've done a really good job. They're out there competing, and they're trying to get a little bit better each day. I'm really happy, excited about the rookie class.
James had one 100-yard game. You've got a workhorse back in James Conner. You added Mack, which I really liked him in Indianapolis. You've got a defense that's unproven and pretty young in a lot of areas. How important is the running game? Being able to move the chains, have those longer drives. How much of a commitment are you to running the football to get this running game to be a little bit better?
Yeah, this isn't cliche. I truly believe who we're playing. So I think really that's another part about being adaptable, how you set up the game plan. Sometimes we're going to have to run it 30, 35 times. Sometimes we might not. And that's predicated on who we have and who they have. So, obviously as an offense, you want to control the ball, you know what I mean? And you want to generate explosives and protect the ball. Those are the two winning stats that are proven, are explosive plays and takeaway. But I think that Drew has done a really good job of installing a system, but having enough in the system to be able to tweak it by who's playing quarterback, who's playing tight end, who's playing Z. All those things go into that. Who's playing right tackle, who's playing center. All those things go into that, how you call the game, and to make sure that we're putting in our guys in position to make plays.
Coach, we appreciate the time.
Awesome.
Best of luck for the rest of the camp.
Give me the request, man. Give me the request.
I'll play it.
I'll play it.
Can we pass them on through Mark?
Yeah,
I'll come
pass
up
him on
with
through Mark. He's got it.
He's got it right there.
Okay, can we go classic rock?
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't Fear the Reaper, Blue Oyster Cult.
Write it down.
There
Write
it
it
is.
down. Write it down, Mark.
That's a go song.
All right.
That is a go song.
I thought you were going to give me a hit like Metallica or Van Halen or something like that.
I'm
Blue Oyster Cult. Don't Fear the Reaper.
He's the classic rock
CCR.
guy.
I'm a CCR guy.
I like CCR.
Yeah, I do too.
CCR.
Yeah.
Not bad. Not bad.
good.
I'll come up with a couple.
Okay.
Sorry.
Come up with a couple.
Yeah, come up with a
Write it
couple.
down,
We'll pass
Mark.
it along. Yeah, Mark's,
If it doesn't get played, it's
Wednesday.
his fault.
It's Mark's fault.
That's right.
Yeah, Wednesday. We'll be back out here
We're
Wednesday.
here
Got
Wednesday.
it. Done.
All right.
All right.
Done. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate
it.
it.
Appreciate it.